I'm Melinda from the Danville Public Library, and today we're going to be talking about flight, and we're going to be making our craft this week is going to be making some model airplanes that you can use and test flight and see what you can do to change them or how you can make them, but you're going to experiment here. You're going to be like a real inventor. And so we've been talking. My friends here decided to join me this week because we're all very lonely and we want you guys back here as soon as we can see you. And they decided to join me this week, and they've been sitting here and we're trying to get this all put together and trying to make each other feel better about you guys being gone. We did find some books. If you're doing the summer reading program, we have some books that are here about flight. My favorite is If We Had Wings. It goes in and it tells you the whole history of flight, and there's actual pieces in there that you can take out and hold and actually read, and it explains to you what they do. It was a really neat book. Brown Bear's got Flight School, and it's all about I think it's a couple of birds that are learning to fly. It's good. We have Coca-Cola Bear. He's reading Aim for the Skies. And he's reading that because we were talking about this week is not only July 4th and the 244th birthday of the United States, but we also had a couple of, and that's why we chose the flight theme, we had a couple of big events in flight that happened on July 2nd. And one of them has to do with the book that Coca-Cola Bear is reading, Aim for the Skies. It's about two women that go ahead and complete Amelia Earhart's flight. Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic. She did it at a time when the planes didn't have any lights. It was total darkness. She had to fly across there. She had no lights on her plane, no lights inside her plane. I think it would have been horrifying to be out there on the ocean and no lights, no nothing in this plane, but she did it, and she flew from the East Coast and landed, I believe it was in France. The mission that they tried to recreate is the one in which she tried to fly from Australia to the West Coast and fly across the Pacific Ocean. And unfortunately, something happened. Nobody knows what happened. But her plane went down, she was lost, the plane was lost, and she was not able to complete her flight. And so Aim for the Skies is the story of these two women who set out to complete her flight and be the first women to fly across the Pacific Ocean. And they actually do complete the mission. But it's hard. It's a long distance, and it's hard. So we have lots and lots of books about flight here in the library that you can read. The first hot air balloon, a man rode a hot air balloon around the world, and it was almost 19,000 miles that he went, and that happened also on July 2nd this week. So we have some stories on the first hot air balloons. We have stories on anything you could want. If you wanted to be an engineer to build planes, if you wanted to be an aviator, fly planes, whatever. We're just looking forward to you coming back, and we'll be glad to help you do this. Now, to do your craft this week, you're going to get a packet, and it's going to contain 3 different airplanes. All 3 airplanes are different styles. They are from the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. And each one is different. They're a different style, but they are styles that have been tried by the military and are actual models of planes that are flown, have been flown by the military. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you the stuff to fold. You'll have a piece of paper in each packet. Each one is done up in a different theme. They're all red, white, and blue since, this is 4th of July. And so you're going to get these, and you're also going to get in there, you're going to get 3 let's see, 3 paper clips. I'm going to show you really quickly here how to put one of these together. One of the things that you're going to want to do is, before you start the experiment, you're going to have to put on your scientist cap, and you're going to have to think about what you're going to do. So I've put a sheet in there, and this is kind of the process that most scientists, most inventors will follow. They have a question they want to know. We want to know which plane flies the farthest and why. Then you're going to put your hypothesis. What do you think will happen? Think about it after you read these and look at these. Think about it, and then you're going to write down which one you think will fly the furthest and why does it fly the furthest. Then you're going to write down, you're going to have your experiment, and basically your experiment, it has controls and it has variables. The only thing to control is that's your favorite, the one you think is going to fly the farthest. So you're going to put down that, and then you're going to put the other two, has variable 1 and variable 2. And then you're going to build all 3 planes. You're going to use your paper clips to move them up and down, because in order for them to fly, they have to be stable. And in order for them to be stable, you have to know the center of gravity, the center of lift, and the center of gravity is just the balancing point of an airplane. The center of lift is the point where all the lifting force, it's the thing that makes the plane lift up off the ground and fly, all right? The paper clip is the weight controls it, and so the paper clip, you're going to be putting it, and it gives you the instructions here, where you're going to be putting it on the bottom side of the plane, and you're going to be moving it. And when you move it, you'll take a test flight and you'll see how far it flies. After you get all 3 planes made, you're going to take the plane, you're going to use the paperclip at different points, you'll fly it, and then you'll record how far it went, and then you'll do the second plane and the third plane, and then you're going to come up with what did you do to make that plane fly the farthest? Was it something with the way you changed where the paperclip was? Was it something? But the instructions are all here for you and explains in detail what all of that means. Gives you ideas to try. But you're the scientist, you're the inventor here, and so it's up to you. When you get this all done, if you want to call us and give us your flight information, tell us who flew the furthest, we'll have a small prize for you, because we want to know ourselves exactly what you did and who can make the plane fly the farthest. So we love to hear from you, and your friends and I would like to be able to participate with you and do this here with you, but since we can't, that's the next best thing. I want you to watch real quick as I put together the dart. First thing, I'm just following, it's 6 different instructions here, very quick. I fold the plane in half. So when I do that, I fold it long ways. Then I open it back up. Then I take this corner and I fold it to the center. Now I keep my little bone knife here to run down the edges. You can use the butter knife, you can use the edge of a table, you can use a sharp fingernail, just anything to make that crease nice and sharp. Then I take the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. They should meet at the same place at the crease in the center, and you want to line them up so that they're just about the same point, and you want a sharp crease here at the end, because that's the front of your plane, and we all know that's the nose of the plane, and the nose of the plane is usually sharp and pointed. All right, so now I've got them folded down. The next thing I'm going to do is take this corner and I'm going to fold it into the center. So as I fold the corner into the center, I bring it first and then I gently move the rest of it down along the crease line in the center of the plane. And I use my knife again to, and it's not really a knife, it's just really a piece of plastic that helps me to crease my papers. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. Again, I want to make sure I keep that sharp point there. I'm going to smooth it down, make a nice sharp crease. And so now my plane looks like this. I'm going to fold my plane together. I'm going to go back over my crease here at the bottom to make sure I've still got that nice sharp point. Now I've got this and I'm ready for the last step, and that's folding the wings down. So what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to fold it from the center all the way down to the edge of my plane, the body of my plane. So I'm just folding it right down along so that corner touches the edge of my plane. And again, make sure you keep that crease. Use your finger, use whatever you've got to hold it down and form your wings. You might want to get the whole family involved in this, or get somebody to do this with you, because actually it makes it a whole lot easier if you have another set of hands or two to help hold the papers down, because when you start folding this much paper, it gets a little bit tough to keep that crease like you need to do it. But with the help of my friends here, we've just about got it, don't we, guys? And voila, guys, there is the dart. So now that I've got that built, I would take it out and I'm going to take my paper clip. I'm going to put it on the bottom, just like it shows me in my instructions, and I'm going to move it and I'm going to make test flights, just like a scientist. I'm going to make my test flights and see where do I put it so that it gives the plane the most stability, the biggest amount of lift to get it up in the air. And if I get the center of gravity just right, it will do all that, and I should be able to balance it on my finger. So have fun. Hope you enjoy this activity. I sure enjoyed showing it to you, and we hope to see you here very soon in the library.